Hi, this is Mike Norvak from Boulder Records, and today we have some special guests. They are the Oostrum Brothers from the Netherlands. We're going to talk about our new EP, the Imperium. This is a new re-release, re-recording of the original soundtrack from the Imperium mod. So keep watching. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
That's great. Who are Martin and Merlin Van Ostrom? It's that okay? Van Ostrom, or how do you say it?
The Dutch pronunciation is Van Oostrum.
Oostrom?
Oostrum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oostrom. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Merlijn. This is Maarten.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
And you, Merlin?
Yeah.
It's Merlin.
And in English it would be Merlin, like the magician. But the Dutch way to say it is Merlin.
Okay. So, guys, where are you living right now?
We are in Alkmaar, the northern far regions of the Netherlands. So it's a bit up north from Amsterdam.
Okay, okay.
About 30 minutes. It's also a very nice city. It's not as big as Amsterdam, but still big enough without all the tourists. So that's nice.
Yeah, yeah, they say Amsterdam is like a very touristic place, no?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's not too quite, but good enough.
Do you have a band, right?
Yeah. We have a band, T-Rex, and it's a rock band with a lot of different sides to it, I guess.
Yeah.
So it can go into different directions. So we have a song that starts with a bit of 80s keyboard sample, and we have another song that's more hip-hop like. So yeah, we can go everywhere.
But at the same time, somehow we also go the metal direction. It can go anywhere. Yeah. We like since we all, for the people of the band, we all like many kinds of styles, but rock is our main one, and that's what you hear in the band too.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite song of yourself, of the band?
Favorite band song?
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a difficult question, I know.
That's a difficult one. Yeah, there's one song on the we're making a new album, but it won't come out until next year. But there's one song on there that I really, really like. It's called I Stand My Ground. Yeah, it has a really nice drive to it, and also nice message about not giving up, especially in the times of pandemic and stuff. And it also has a pretty hardcore breakdown in it, so that's also fun. It has a tempo change in the middle, and something goes it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's really nice every time you play it, you just get pumped up. So yeah, we will probably release it sometime next year, I think, as a single. But
yeah.
So isn't object.
We are really busy in the studio days. We recorded all the parts, but the mixing is not done yet, and all the plans, how to release it, when to release it, it's the next year, but we don't know when. We hope soon.
Yeah, the problem is we want to release it on vinyl, and releasing stuff on vinyl takes time these days. Yeah. So, but first it has to be mixed and mastered, etc.
Yeah.
And then also Tim will do that, by the way. And we have to release it on vinyl, which will also take time. So we hope around April next year.
It's a shame. What is his name? Tim, the master engineer. He can join us.
Yeah. He's in Germany right now, so unfortunately he can't be with us right now.
Okay. Yeah. So, did you recently have a gig?
We just came back from a gig, the first one since 1 year and 6 months or something like that. Yeah, it was our first acoustic gig, not full
Yeah.
band, just acoustic, just piano, acoustic guitar, and we two singing together.
And what did you enjoy more, to play acoustically or maybe with the full band? What did you enjoy?
I think the full band is more fun because then you have the full power of drums and bass and electric guitars and keyboards and everything.
Yeah.
But the acoustic setting also, it's a nice change of pace, you know. So every once in a while, it's nice to play acoustic, but full band is even better, I think.
I agree. It's the full package.
Yeah. I understand you. Some years ago, it wasn't exactly 10 years ago, but it was like 10 years and 2 months ago, more or less.
Yeah.
Did you release a series of maps, this episode, for a game called Nukem? The episode is called the Imperium TC.
Yeah, it was for there was this mod called Duke Plus.
Yeah, Duke Plus.
It was like Duke Nukem but with extra features, and we made an episode for it. The whole story about Imperium is pretty long and complicated because we had multiple team members and most of them quit before it was released. So in the end, we and I don't know what his username is nowadays.
I don't know.
Dan?
Yeah.
Trooper Dan is his name now. Or Dan.
Super Dan.
Yeah.
Deeper Toad.
The author of
Trooper Dan. Danarama. He has several names, if I remember correctly.
But the guy who made Duke Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the end, it was him and us two, and we finished the episode, and then we wrote the music for the soundtrack for all the maps, and that basically became the Imperium soundtrack.
Yeah. Also, a fun fact is when we made the music, I was new with one new synthesizer, and that thing really came together as well. Because a lot of experimenting with this genre, because we didn't had a synthesizer before like this one. It all became really nice together at the same time. So yeah.
What was the new keyboard you had at the time?
I don't know how to say it in English, but Korg M50.
Okay. In your case, do you think mapping and music go hand to hand? In the case of Imperium soundtrack?
Well, yeah. We had the maps in mind while making the music as well, I think, yeah. But the maps, all the episodes and stuff was finished. The music was the last thing we made, I think.
Yeah, I think
yeah. But we had the episode in mind while making the music. But at the same time, I also had I love electronic music, and this was one of my moments to try more in that direction. But I also use electronic music in the band, but not as much as I did in Imperium episode.
Yeah, and the maps were there, so you already had a setting. So there was a map that took place underground in watery cave. So then we thought the music also needs to reflect that. That's the setting of the map.
Yeah.
So that also influenced the music. There was also a map taking place on an alien planet.
Yeah.
So it had to be a bit weird, a bit.
Totally.
Very spacey, very electronic, very weird. I love that stuff, and it really fitted nicely with the map because it was very alien, very mysterious, very nice.
That was your first time did you musicalize this kind of project?
I think that was the first time. After that, we also have released maps after Imperium, and also made custom soundtracks for those maps. So Imperium was the first, that was the first try in that genre.
And I think also because people really did say nice things about the music, and that really made us do it even more with the maps. It has some extra element to
And
it.
also, people compare it to the Unreal soundtrack, and that's like a huge compliment, really, because I love the music from Unreal. So
And we are both really fans
That's
of
great.
the old game Unreal. It's really one of the best first-person shooters in our opinion.
especially when you get to the music of it,
Yeah.
great music. We wanted a similar effect because some moments in Unreal, they're perfect marriage of the visuals and the music.
Talking about music in video games, what do you think is your favorite soundtrack? Not your favorite soundtrack, but one of the best for you?
That's a very good question. Unreal Tournament? Unreal Tournament or Unreal, those are the games that has my favorite music games.
Yeah, and also the
Face.
original Nukem 3D also has great.
Yeah, great soundtrack.
There's one, the map is called Dark Side, I think.
Dark
It's one
Side, yeah, it's
Yeah, a really big map on the moon, and it has a really atmospheric soundtrack, which is just perfect for that map.
Okay.
And the new Doom games is also pretty cool because it's just heavy metal. It's also nice, but very different from what we are doing.
I don't know if I'm wrong, but I think really some of the best soundtracks were from the past, from the 90s, the starts of the 2000s, more or less. I don't know, maybe I'm just nostalgic.
Well, talking about 90s, while making the tracks we did for Imperium, 90s was a big part of, I think, the DNA when making that kind of music, more electronic.
Yeah,
I think 90s is a big part somehow because we grew up with it. So yeah. What you say, nostalgia.
Yeah. I think we can talk about the new EP we are releasing. What do you think about this re-release of some tracks from the Imperium soundtrack?
Yeah, it was pretty cool to revisit something you did 10 years ago and listen again to those tracks and then try to figure out how can we add something new to it and make a new recording and make it better, because we're 10 years. There's a gap of 10 years, of course. We also became better musicians, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to guitar. We had a lot of fun. Also, I will let Martin do the talking about it, but Martin has also become better at mixing stuff. So that's the fun.
I know. Well, yeah. It was really a fun project for me because the mixing thing. I do record more music for myself, so it was really fun to redo this project with more experience. He also 10 years ago he wasn't very comfortable with his guitar playing. Now he is, so that's a little bit more better right now. So also, but the mixing is I felt much more comfortable with this new one. I don't know what to add to it, but I like it a lot more right now. More groovy, I think. The bass is more. The bass and the drums are more.
Present.
To the front. Yeah. I want the stuff more groovy and more like the drums are more edgy, and some
That's you, yeah.
parts, yeah, and the parts that need more reverb and echo are more echo, but the parts that needed more punch are more punchy and more groovy.
Yeah.
And I think we really succeed with that, but also with the tips of Tim, or a guy who mastered the thing. He also gave me a lot of tips about that. So yeah, also a bit credit to the guy who also had a lot of experience with mixing.
Yeah, and also, from the guitar point of view, I think there are a couple of little solos here and there, and they just cut through much better now. In the old mix, they're kind of muddy in their sound. It's also recorded on a much older guitar. Now I have a better guitar, so that also helps. But it also is mixed better, so yeah, all of this, everything just comes together a bit better now. Not like the old versions are suddenly crap or anything, but you just can hear that that we're more experienced now, and
it's more in balance.
And we take that experience and bring it to these new versions.
It's really nice you are happy with the result. I think you have an excellent job, really. I really like the new version of Mountain of Madness. I think it's really punchy and really, how could I say it? It really leads you like some kind of tale. I really like it.
That one is just so much better than the old one.
I think it's I agree, and that's also the reason it's the first track, because it's really groovy. The first time it was his track, and most of the parts are recorded by my brother. Yeah, but yeah, I just heard some things, and I also added a bit of electronic elements to it. You hear those little sounds, and I think just all the parts together, it really worked with Mountains, and it's also one of my favorites, I think.
Yeah, and I think you also did a great job with the remix.
Oh yeah.
And especially,
thanks.
Yeah, especially the ending when and then suddenly there's two different melodies from two different songs merging. That's really that was really nice.
Yeah, and that's also the reason we choose.
They were the same key, so it wasn't so difficult. I think you did a really well job. It feels like really a soundtrack, not just some random tracks thrown together. More like some cohesive sound, if you know what I mean. I think
it feels like almost like a concept or something like that.
Yeah.
It really starts quite heavy. Then we have a more underground section with more underground and water effects, and then we slowly get more tempo, and at the end we have the completely electronic. That's your track. And I really liked what my brother already said. I really liked the mixing of the two melodies you did in the end, which makes.
Thanks. I really miss the first track of the original soundtrack. That was how is the name? Start of a Strange Day, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah.
I was a bit sad you didn't record that track, so that was what led me to make the remix and try to mash together the two tracks. Yeah.
Well, it really worked for your track, because the mixing of two melodies, totally different melodies, really worked in your version. So I was quite happy you choose Start of the Strange Day, the perfect ending of the EP we are making together. So that we really agreed that should be the ending of the EP.
Well, I don't really was planning to make that as a final track, but it came that way, so it's really nice. Especially the bass of the original track, they come in from the walls, through the walls. Did you say some time ago that this music was like some kind of boss music theme.
Yeah. Some a friend of mine heard the track.
Yeah.
And he said this is boss-like music, and I agree with that. So that's why it's not the first number, for example. It's really,
it does have that energy to it.
Especially with the new tracks, with the new recordings, we really felt like they are coming is the boss battle-like music. Well, it wasn't the first band at all, but it really felt like and really came that way, and we really like it that way.
I just want to say I think this project, just the way it came together, these 4 tracks, it also works as its own, I think, even without the context of the Nukem PC.
Yeah.
I think it just, you can just listen to it, and I think it really works as a whole.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with how it turned out.
To me, it's really just a nice concept, and you can, even when you don't have anything to do with games or Duke Nukem, I think people can really just listen to the tracks, because you don't have to know the game to enjoy the tracks, because it really works nicely as a concept. So I hope people will do that. I hope people will enjoy it like that.
Yeah, this is the time to promote our work. Please download and buy this. I think it's a bit difficult to promote ourselves work. I don't know.
Yeah, musicians and promoting just don't always go together always well. But I would say, just listen to it, and hopefully you like it just as much as we do. And if you like it, buy it.
Yeah.
If you like to support independent markets, then it's not that expensive, I think.
No.
I hope people enjoy it. We had a lot of fun making it, and
we had a lot of fun, and we even more appreciate it if people let us know in which way they want to let us know. We enjoy the music, and we are very happy if people do that.
Yeah?
Well, there it is.
There it is. Okay, well, I think we can...
Buy it!
Yeah. Exactly like that. Thanks, guys, for this interview. And see you soon.
Yeah. Thanks for the interview, and our pleasure.
And until next time.
Yeah.
See you soon.
See you soon. Thank you.